Stuart, how's the week going so far?
Brilliant week so far. Monday was a tricky day for the race officers with light northerly and then sea breeze and nothing in the middle. Apart from that, it's been fantastic. One rain shower so far, just a little while ago as the cold front went through. Lots of happy customers, most of the sailors, not everybody, but out of the 893 boats, most are just having a great week.
Yeah. Was it particularly difficult organising this week with the budget restrictions of not having a sponsor?
Not really, because we've got a balanced budget. We had to think about that quite a lot, but I think as far as both the competitors and spectators are concerned, it's Cows Week like normal, and we managed to keep the entry fees at the same level as last year.
Yeah. So where have you been able to make savings?
All sorts of places, and loads and loads. Where we want to go, though, in the future, and why we need a title sponsor, is to drive the event forward to its next level in technology and media, rather than it becoming a plateau because we haven't got the money to drive it forward.
Now, 2 years ago, you said you could run the event for 2 years without a title sponsor. The
well,
2 years are up.
We've shown we can do that.
Yeah.
But what we now have is a balanced budget.
Yeah.
So if we didn't have a title sponsor next year, and once again, I'm confident we will, and I really think the world economy is on the turn. It's not perfect, and it's not back to the boom days of a few years ago, but it's workable. We've shown 5 companies Cows Week this year. They're all companies we've been talking to for some time, and the negotiations will take, the hard discussions take place in the next few months. But we're pretty confident we will have a title sponsor. If we don't, we can roll out the same balanced budget we've got this year.
Now you've got Artemis in with the bow stickers this year.
Yes.
Is it just sort of financial services companies that are interested in this sort of event? Because we've got JP Morgan in the Round the Island race, Artemis are a big sponsor, they're all financial services companies.
No, it's not just financial services. Not just financial services companies, although it does tick a lot of boxes for that type of company. And there are other types of company that we're talking to as well outside that particular market segment.
Is it particularly good for things like hospitality at Cows Week?
It's great for hospitality, and the real boxes that Cows Week ticks for a sponsor is huge media coverage, millions of pounds of advertising value equivalency, 8,500 competitors. I can't remember the statistic, I should, but it's something like 73% ABC ones, 100,000 spectators during the week, lots of brand awareness in the town and around. Corporate hospitality at all levels, and one of the great things with sailing, as you well know, is that it's not about going to a box and watching somebody else doing something. You can do that, but you can also take part and be part of the action while you're doing your team building, hospitality, whatever. So yes, there are lots of opportunities for hospitality at all levels, both on and off the water.
Yeah. Now you mentioned 8,500 competitors. I mean that figure seems very high these days with 750 boats on the water, and most of them smaller boats rather than larger boats.
We've actually got 893 entries, and not all of those are sailing every day. But for example, Sunsail this year, a lot of their boats are doing 1 and 2 day rather than whole week. And that brings the number of overall people who are coming to the regatta up quite considerably.
So you're fairly confident at the moment that you will be able to pull in a title sponsor, and if not, worst case scenario, Cows Week is secure?
Cows Week is totally secure, and that is an absolute no-brainer. It's absolutely definite, regardless of what some other media channels have been trying to imply. We do have a balanced budget, and this year we brought in some 1 year only, because we didn't have a title sponsor, packages like the Artemis Bowsticker deal, and if we absolutely had to next year, we could do the same.
How important is it for Cows Week to have events like the Extreme Sailing Series and the 1851 Cup taking part?
It depends who you talk to. There are some traditionalists who think that takes away from the smaller day boats because it means the media cover them more than the smaller boats. From my point of view, it adds another dimension. It's a win-win situation. They want to come here because of our customer base, our 8,000 competitors to watch, and all the spectators, and the media who are here because of Cows Week. We want them here because it adds something else for the spectators to watch and enjoy.
Talking of spectators, has it been a good week for spectators in the sense of numbers?
At the moment, I don't know. We haven't done any of the sort of the post-week analysis, which we'll need to do to get those numbers. All I can say is the town looks pretty full.